All right, everyone, welcome back to the Collector's Corner. I've got a starter deck opening today for One Piece, as you can see in the background. And I have two ST21 openings. We'll do a video on just what you get in the deck, as well as the extra packs you get in each one. We'll see if we can get that Alt Art Leader. I know these aren't the newest starter decks, but I managed to get two for a pretty good price, and I thought, why not, let's go through what we get. So let's jump in with this one, open her up. Alright. So you get a playmat for anyone that's new to the game. Sort of gives you an idea of how to play on the back. All your instructions, some cards you can use, and just the setup, much like my mat here. But let's go into what we get. You get a pack of Luffy sleeves, which look really cool. Currently, one of our giveaways, we have these, so make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on that video to see if you get a chance to win. We've got the bonus pack, which we will open at the end with the other one and see what we get, and the deck. So this one is a red leader. Luffy is the leader, of course, as per what was on the front of the packaging. If I can manage to find the thing to open it. They're trying to damage the cards here. We'll jump in. Now, some people watching, if you're not super into One Piece TCG, you might think, why would you buy two decks of the same kind? And it's not just for the bonus packs, although good to see what we might get in there, but it's actually for some of the cards in here, which I'll go through. Sometimes you only get two, and in each deck you're allowed to have a max of 4 of the same cards. So we'll go through. So there is the leader, Monkey D. Luffy. His ability is if you attach one Don to him, once per turn, you can activate your main, and that is to give up to 2 rested Don cards to one of your characters. And characters, if you aren't aware, are like your monsters if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I suppose Pokemon in the sense if you're playing Pokemon. So you can power up your characters. So the first card of the set, and this is where I'll get into why you need 2 decks, so is the Monkey D. Luffy, cost 5, 6,000 attack. His ability is Rush, so whenever he's played, he can attack on the turn he's played. And his ability is when attacking, give up to 1 rested Don card to your leader or one of your characters, which obviously plays into this leader ability where if it has 1 attached Don, you can give 2 rested Don cards to another one of your characters. So in this deck, we only get 2 of those, and that is why you need to buy 2 decks if you want a full play set, because you can have 4. The next SR, Rono Zoro, his ability is 2 Dons on this card, and it becomes a rush card, again, meaning it can attack on the turn it's played. And then on KO, play up to 1 red character card with 6,000 power or less, other than Rono Zoro, from your hand. So 6,000 power or less relates to the number up there. So this is another good one in the sense of the 2 Don. So say, for instance, you had this card out already. When you attack, you can give a Don to your leader if you would like, and then on giving the Don to your leader, you can activate its main, which gives 2 rested Don cards to this card if you were to play it out on that turn, and then that gets Rush as well. Same thing with this, only the 2, so hence why you need the 2 decks. Moving on to the next card, Usopp. His ability is 2 Dons on him, and on an opponent's turn, this character gains 2,000 power, so it just means that when your opponent is trying to attack it, it'll be 5,000 power that they need to overcome. Yeah, so that's another thing that works with the leader ability. And I forgot to mention before, some cards have these counter. I'm sure most of you watching are already aware of what counter is, but for anyone who isn't aware, counter essentially means when your opponent attacks your leader or one of your characters, you can trash that character from your hand and give the additional counter power to the character you're trying to protect. So again, only 2 of those in this set, hence why if you wanted a full play set, you need the 2 starter decks. Next up, I've got Sanji. So 2 cost, 3k power, 2k counter. Sorry, I should have that up to the camera. And on play, select up to one of your Straw Hat crew type characters with 6,000 power or more. If the selected character attacks during this turn, your opponent cannot activate blocker. That is essentially a card that is built for this Rush Luffy. So essentially, if you play him out and then you're able to play him out, essentially that means that they can't use a blocker when you attack with that card. Again, only 2 of those. And I think this is when we start getting into full play sets. So you do get full play sets within the decks, just like I suppose the popular or special cards that are used in most decks. You only get 2 of in the starters, so that's why you always need to get 2. But moving on, so next one is Jewelry Bonnie, and it is 2 times Don on her. On KO, you can draw a card. 1 cost, 3k power. Not too bad of a card. No counter though, so there's the 4 of those. I'll go through these ones relatively quickly because these are sort of your base cards that probably won't be played in too many decks. Not even this leader, really, if you want to get into a meta deck, probably using a lot of these cards, but we'll continue on. So we've got Jinbei, no ability on this one, so it's just what we call a standard card. 2 costs, 4k power, 1k counter. Not too bad if you want to just play a small body out on 2 Don, but likely not to be played in any deck. Stussy, 3 cost, 5k power, 1k counter. Another 4, another playing card. Now we've got Sentimaru, 2 cost, losing focus there. 2,000 power, 1k counter, and this card is a blocker. So what that means is when someone is attacking one of your characters or leaders, you can rest this card, and in most circumstances when someone's attacking you, it's probably not going to be strong enough. So you'd have to trash this card. So if this Luffy was attacking you, you could rest this character and then trash it to protect whatever other character, or you could give him a bunch of counter to be above 6,000, in which case it just becomes arrested and block the attack. 4 of those. Tony Chopper, everyone's favorite raccoon dog.
I see, Raccoon, so you can understand what animals say.
Uh-huh. It really comes in handy when we... Hey! Come on, there was no excuse for it that time!
Reindeer, I know. 4 costs, 6k power, 1k counter, another base card, no ability. Moving on, we've got Nami, everyone's favourite female Straw Hat. Long pause there, Robin maybe? That's alright. So, definitely Jared's favourite, that's for sure. Nami! 3 costs, 1k power, 1k counter. Activate main, so this one has an ability, and that's once per turn. Give up to 2 rested Don cards to one of your Straw Hat type leader or character cards. Not a bad little card to have. This one's actually can be played in decks for that ability alone. Very helpful. Moving on to Nico Robin. 3k cost, 4k power, 1k counter. And her ability is when she has 2 Don and attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4,000 power or less. Pretty good ability actually, because essentially if you have to put 2 Don on your character when they're attacking, that gives them an extra 2,000 attack. So it'll be a 6k swing, and you get to KO up to one of your opponent's characters for 4,000 power or less. So very good. Only 2 of those. Again, you tend to find these cards that are quite good. Only get 2 in a deck because obviously they want to incentivize you to buy more. Moving on, we've got Frankie. Let's put that down. So there's 4 of these. So Frankie's ability, Don 2 on opponent's turn. All of your Straw Hat crew type characters with 4,000 power or base power or less gain an extra 1,000 power. It's actually not a bad little card. I don't think I've seen too many people run this card in many decks, but I don't mind that ability. Probably works well mainly with just this leader, but nevertheless, there it is. Then we're moving on to the Soul King Brook. So he's 3 cost, 4k power, 1k counter, and when attacking, give up to 2 rested Don cards to your leader or one of your character cards. So you might notice a lot of the abilities in these cards tend to be playing around with Don, and then Rush and all the rest as well. So all based around the leader, obviously. But moving on, we've got Vegapunk, just a cheap body. Again, not likely to be played in many, if any, decks, but 1 cost, 3k power, 1k counter. And then we've got Gum Gum Dawn Whip. Jeez, get it out. It's a 2 cost. Oh, sorry, I'm losing the focus there. Activate main, or sorry, just a main. Up to one of your leader or character cards gains 1,000 power during this turn. Then up to one of your opponent's characters with 4,000 power or less cannot activate blocker during this turn. So not a bad little card to have. Just sort of gives you that extra power boost, as well as blockers not being able to be activated. So just the 2 of those. And then the last 2 cards that come in the deck is Gum Gum Mole Pistol, which is a main event card, 4 cost. Go up to one of your opponent's characters, negative 5,000 power during this turn. Then, if you have a character with 6,000 power or more, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 2,000 power or less. And trigger. So triggers work in the sense that if you have to take a life after taking a hit, you can activate that trigger in that turn, or in that when you take that life, if it's this card that you pull from your life pile, and this one's just activate its main effect. So not a bad little card there. And just the 2 of those, again, incentivize you to buy another starter deck so you can get 4. And then lastly, the deck finishes off with 10 Don, because that's what's used in this game. You get 10 Don for the game. Each turn you get 2, unless you start and you're first off the cab, then you only get the 1. But let's jump in. So that's the card set for this starter deck. I'm just gonna struggle in the background here to open up the other starter deck I got. We'll get that booster pack out, and we'll jump in and see what special cards we get. Now, if you're wondering why would you want to get this starter deck, like I said, I got it for a very good price. Well, both of them for a pretty good price, essentially 2 for 1. And I just wanted to get some cards for the Red Green Luffy that's coming out in OP13, which again I know is not until like October, but it was too good of an opportunity, and I would love to get the Alt Art Leader for this pack in one of these, hopefully. If not, I actually quite like just the Alt Arts in general for these decks. I mean, who doesn't love the Straw Hats? That's the whole reason we read and watch One Piece. So let's jump in and we'll see what we get. So, fingers crossed, we're going for the Alt Art Leader. Otherwise, any Alt Art is good Alt Art. Oh, no way. Oh, struggling here. Come on. Is that? Oh, no way. On the first pack, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Leader card. All leader cards have red on the back. I cannot believe this. Normal cards have blue on the back. All right, let's see what we get. Bonnie, nice. Brooke, love Soul King. Jeez, look at the textures on this. Mad card. Oh my god. Oh, I cannot believe on the first bonus pack I hit the Alt Art Leader. Oh, that's actually crazy. I mean, I'm pretty happy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is nothing what I anticipated. Jared, eat your heart out. Little inside joke there. Jared bought 2 of these, one for a friend and one for himself. He let the friend choose the starter decks out of the 2 he bought. The friend got the Alt Art Leader and he didn't, and then I've just pulled it in the first pack, so sucked in Jared. Oh, too good. Oh, doesn't even matter what I get in this now. I'll tell you what, if I get another Alt Art Leader, I'll give it to Jared. Oh, and I don't. Sorry, Jared, sucked in, mate. Not for you. Oh, careful, don't bend the cards. All right, let's have a look from the extra or the second extra pack. It is, hey, Chopper. Do love Chopper. Miss old school Chopper, but you know, everyone loves the mascot. Stussy, nice. And Frankie, super. Oh, nice. Oh, very happy with that. So these are the old arts you get, or these are the old arts you can get in these extra packs. Look at that. I still can't believe it. Oh, feel so privileged and lucky to be able to pull that one. Well, everyone, that's going to be the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick rundown of what you get in that deck. I understand for all you One Piece players out there that this is an older deck, but for anyone interested in getting into the game, it's not a bad deck to start with, I should say, to be honest. I mean, it's Gear 5 Luffy, for one. Everybody loves Gear 5 Luffy. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Keep checking out our channel for giveaways. That PSA giveaway will be coming up soon. But otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.